maybe no one. So just in case you're watching the replay, I'm just going to go ahead and give my little spill. So I'm doing a 12 days of Seedmas Christmas giveaway, and it's supposed to be beginning December 1st until the 12th. I'm doing a live video every night and giving seeds away, but I have had to skip a couple days. And if you are not able to make them live, like if you're watching the replay right now, then you can still have a chance to win some seeds. So during the live, I'm giving away 3 packs per night, but then to the people watching the replay, you have to email me with a special word that I say throughout the video, and then you just have to email me. Yeah, I just said that twice. You just have to email me the special word that I say throughout the video, and then out of everyone that emails me, then I will choose one person each night throughout the 12 days to win a pack of seeds. It looks like Rochelle is here. Hello, Rochelle. And then another thing I'm doing differently this year is I'm doing a grand prize at the end of the 12 days. So it doesn't matter if you watch it live or if you watch the replay on all of them, or if you do some live and some the replay, as long as you enter or are there live every 12 days, then you're eligible for the grand prize. And for the grand prize, it's going to be more seeds and some garden supplies like garden markers, garden tags, and then ranunculus and anemone corms. And that's for US only. I'm not going to be able to do the international shipping for the grand prize. And then let's see what else. If you're new to my channel, I've been forgetting to say this also. If you're watching the replay or if you're new to my channel, I have a cut flower farm and vegetable farm where I primarily sell at farmers markets, and I also just do a lot of vegetable gardening and flower gardening for my personal family. So a lot of my videos are about cut flowers because that's my latest business adventure, but I also still share a lot of vegetable gardening things on my channel also. And it looks like we have a couple other places. Grows It, Alaska. And I think that's it. Let me pull up on my computer so that I can see the comments, because it looks really bad when I have to do that. I used to be 6A, then I got recategorized into 6B, and then in this last one that they just did about a month ago, I'm now a 7A, which I don't know if I believe that or not. If so, then that would be awesome, because that means I could potentially grow a whole lot of things that I didn't think would be hardy enough in my zone. But I know it's an average, so it goes off of what the last 30 years average coldest temperature. But we did get down to -8 last year. So I don't know if I'm a 7A or not, but I have noticed that our temperatures are a lot warmer. Like, I've only wore blue jeans so far twice, if that tells you anything. And it looks like my mom is here. Hi. Hi, Mom. Teresa. All right, so it looks like we only have 3 people in here, and then probably only 2 that are trying to win some seeds. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I forgot to change the thumbnail, but I decided to wait to do the Q&A video because I didn't notice that all of the questions that people were putting on this scheduled live, they were getting deleted every 24 hours. Excuse me. So I don't have everyone's questions, so I'm going to give it some time for people to like resubmit their questions, and You want to do that on the post. Like if you go to my channel and then go to community tab, there's like videos, playlists, and if you just go all the way to the right, there will be a community tab, and there will be a post that says Q&A real big. And if you leave your questions on that, then I'd rather do the questions like when I have them more than just a couple and I have them all at once in one area. And then what else? I don't enter any contest, but I saw a free seed. um, Let me make sure I didn't forget anything else that I wanted to say. Oh, what I was getting at though is I'm not going to do the Q&A tonight, and I didn't have any time to prepare any questions, so just bear with me and let me think of a couple trivia questions for us to do the giveaway on. Um, because I've been working a lot of overtime at work, and then I've also had to work on like things to get ready for next year, because next week I'll be starting my first seeds. I'll be starting eucalyptus, Lysianthus, and maybe a couple other things. So thank you, Rochelle. Yes, don't forget the thumbs up. I always forget to ask people to like the video and comment and share and all that stuff. But yeah, please do, because that really helps. And like sharing, even if you share it to your Facebook and like no one clicks on the video to watch it, it still tells YouTube that someone liked it enough to share it. So then they'll share it to more people that like have never seen my channel. And if you don't know, I'm trying to become monetized so that I'm at least getting a little something for all the videos that I do, because last year I had to kind of not take a break, but not post as much, because I was like, okay, I've got all these things that I'm trying to do and I don't have time to do them all very well. So something's going to have to go. And if you're not making money at something, then that's usually the first to go. But I do really like doing videos, and I do really like teaching people how to garden and telling them tips and things like that. But I struggle with like what people need help with, like what I should do videos on. And sometimes I forget, like since I've been doing it so long, I forget like that's not common knowledge. Like for example, I saw the Rusted Garden. I looked at a video of his today, and he did a video talking about how you should put your grow lights really close to your seedlings, because if they don't, if here's your seedling and if the lights are way up here and they're not really really good lights, then they're going to stretch until they get like the intensiveness of light that they need. And I remember whenever I first started gardening that I would have my seeds pop up, and within 24 hours they were like this tall, and like their stems would be white instead of short and thick and green. They would be really long and tall and spindly and white. And I thought that if I just gave it time that they would get stronger. But once your seeds stretch like that for that sunlight or grow light, then like there's really no fixing it. So that's another reason I wanted to do the Q&A, so that people could ask questions that it would help me get an idea of like what I need to do videos on. So looks like Miss Betsy Lou is also here. Hello. Thank you for joining. I'm thinking I have too many seeds. Yeah, I have too many also. So I put my seeds in this thing right here. It's like you can put like binders in it, or like magazines or different things, and they clip together so you can put a lot of them. The other ones are where I can't reach them, but I have, I think, 5 of these, and currently I put like cut flowers in one, vegetables in one, vegetables in a couple. I put like tomatoes and peppers and beans in one, since it takes up a lot, and then like the rest in the other one. And then I have like cut flowers in one, and then flowers for like just my landscape flower beds in another, because cut flowers are, if you don't, I'm sure you know, but they're specifically grown because they have tall, strong stems, long base life, things like that. So I keep them away from my things that I grow in my flower bed, because some of those things, may only get 6 inches tall if it's for like the front of a flower bed, um, or just don't have a good base life or something. So I keep those separate. But anyways, so I have way too many seeds from experimenting when I first started my cut flower farm. I wanted to find things that grow well for me in my climate, and with all the rain we get. Like, I've found that carnations, I love them so much, but it's just not something that I should try to grow here in southern Indiana, because we have clay soil and we get way too much rain. So they get like their leaves, instead of staying dark green and healthy looking, they get like a lime green, like yellowish color, because they're just being like, I don't know, like drowned of all their nutrients and things like that. So I have a lot of seeds that I don't grow those things anymore, that I just got a packet to experiment with. So doing this lets me give back to my subscribers, and it also lets me get rid of seeds that I know I'm not going to use anymore. Rochelle said, I want $100 gift card to Stokes Seeds on Fridays. I'm in disbelief. That's awesome. It doesn't matter, like, even being like a business owner or a YouTuber or whatever, like, I still, like, I love winning things. It doesn't matter, like, I'm not saying I have a lot of money, but it doesn't matter how much money I have in the bank. Like, I still love winning. Like, who doesn't love winning something? All right. So, and that's one thing I love about gardening, because like there's always so many new things that you can try. Like, there's always new varieties coming out. And Stokes Seeds, is that a Canada company? Because I don't think I've heard of that before. I'll show you something I recently won that I was really excited about. So, So Right Seeds, Joe, I don't know her last name, but Joe, what's her channel name? Joe Loves, my mind is going blank now, but she's like Queen Tagger, and she always tags me in giveaways. And she tagged me in this one, and some of them I enter, and then some of them I don't. And this was one that I entered because I've been wanting to try microgreens, but I don't have, like, I've already got my hands in so many things. I do YouTube videos, and I post to Instagram, and then I had to go back to working full time until my cut flower and vegetable farm started bringing in more of an income. I scrapbook, um, you know, I do all these things, so I didn't want to get into something new. But I have wanted to do microgreens for a really long time, not to sell, but just to grow for myself to eat, because they're said to have like a lot of protein. Well, depending on which ones you do, they have a lot of protein and a lot of nutrients in a small package. And so I entered the So Right Seeds giveaway, and she was giving away this microgreens kit, and I was so surprised when I won. It has these little tin containers that you can do like just little, instead of doing like the huge full trays like they sometimes sell. Hold on. I have all my stuff back here behind me because I'm taking inventory of all of the trays that I have, because I'm going to be selling a lot more seedlings at the farmer's market next year, so I'm taking an inventory of what all I have and what all I need to order more of, because I just placed an order for new trays and inserts from Greenhouse Megastore, which they have really good prices on things if you need trays. Not sponsored. But I need to order more, because after I made my list of everything I want to sell, I don't have enough of everything. But anyways, they usually do microgreens in things like this. So they'll fill this up with seed starting mix and, put it in a tray like this, and then put another tray on top and like do all this stuff. But I liked this kit because it was like super simple and it was on a smaller scale. But yeah, like, look at all of these. And like a lot of these seeds, like say the sunflower microgreens, like you can grow these. They're the same seeds you would put in your garden. Like, you don't know the variety, but they're the same ones that you can like grow for flower beds. But there's broccoli and cabbage and peas and radish and kale, all kinds of stuff. And it has little bags of soil too. So I thought that was a really awesome win. I don't win things very often at all, so that was exciting. Rochelle, you said, I watched a video with takeout containers and paper towels. I'm gonna try that one. Yeah, I like to always like try to reuse things, but I have to be careful with reusing anything like that, because I have PCOS and hypothyroidism, and I've been suffering from a lot of things like hair loss. Like, my hair used to be super thick, like I could barely get my hands around it, and now it's just so thin from hair loss. And like, you can probably see I have a little bit of makeup on today, but I have like no eyebrows. I know I had mentioned that to you before, Rochelle, about hating how thin my eyebrows have gotten and my eyelashes, and just always suffering from like fatigue and just different things that I always blamed on my thyroid. But they would always say my thyroid is where it needs to be with the medication level that I'm on. And I'm like, but why am I still having all these symptoms? And a video popped up one day about like endocrine disruptors and like microplastics and things like that, or just the chemicals that are in plastics, like even like this, or like that our food come in, like styrofoam and stuff. And all of the symptoms from having like those endocrine disruptors, a lot of them are the same that you will have if you have hypothyroidism. So I've been trying to cut those things out of my diet and be real careful to not like, especially just any disposable plastic. It breaks down so quickly that that's why you don't want to reuse it, because that plastic breaks down so quickly. And then, you have to worry about the chemicals that leach out of that plastic. And especially if it's something that's heated up. Like, I used to always hear people say these things, but I'm like, I don't know, like, I didn't worry about it, because I was like, I've been doing it for this many years and I've never gotten hurt. But whenever I was like, wait, I'm having all these symptoms and this is saying that it could cause that, maybe it's not my thyroid. Maybe my thyroid is where it needs to be. But, and where I worked for the past 13 years is a plastics company, that it's an injection molding plastics company. So they take, like beads of plastic, melt it down, gets molded into the machine, and then it comes down a belt, and then we take it and touch it while it's still warm and package it. And when plastic is heated, that's like the worst time to touch it. So yeah, little rant there, but I have to be really careful, like reusing things, especially when it comes to growing food in them, because I think that's where a lot of because my hormones are so out of whack. And I think that may be why. I hate how much plastic is in gardening. It seems counterproductive. One reason I love soil blocks. Yeah, I hate how much plastic is in gardening, but I also understand that, some things you just can't help. Um, like you have to like choose the lesser of the two evils. Like, do I want to only eat food from the grocery store, that's on a shelf that, no, it's not in plastic, but look at all the other things that have been sprayed on it, and look at all of the, you know, other things that are wrong with big ag, like, um, you know, uh, like the amount of produce that's thrown away on a daily basis because they're trying to get only perfect fruits and vegetables for the shelf and things like that? Or is it better for me to buy a little bit of plastic containers and grow all of my food and have it organic and not, all those chemicals sprayed on it and stuff? Dee's Garden is here. Hello. And she says they didn't give you gloves. So, no, they don't talk about any of the negative things there. Like most places, when you work around something that is potentially harmful, like, um, most companies aren't going to be like, hey, this is bad for you. Um, so, no, they don't. They have like cotton gloves, but that's only so that you don't um, get like oils on it for if they get painted, because we make parts for vehicles. And like the thing is, it's not really any plastic that's different than what it was amazing for me to see some of the, when I started looking into it, there's like 7 classes of plastics, and some are worse than others. Like, for example, the plastic that milk comes in, it's on like the lower end of like the amount of carcinogens and chemicals. I'm probably not using the correct terms, but the bad stuff. Um, and then there's some that say water bottles, that are more towards the top of the list of, has more of those bad things. But you, yeah, it's amazing. Like some of the things that are allowed, food and drinks are allowed to be sold in, that it's like so harmful. I don't understand it, but I guess, some companies, they want to cut corners and make more of a profit, so they don't worry about it. But yeah, so I've really been trying to look at the, if you look at the bottom, that number that's in the little triangle, that's what that is. It has to do with like when it's recycled, whether or not it's able to be recycled, and but a big part of it is what kind of plastic it is. And so if it has like a 1 or a 2 or whatever, if you look it up, uh, you can see for yourself. And that's another thing I learned is, I used to believe that anything that went into the recycling bin could get recycled. So, it didn't matter like how much I was using or buying, as long as I was recycling it, right? But that's not the case. A lot of plastics are not able to be recycled because of those chemicals that go out into the air and things, if it's remelted even once. Or they just break down like without any heat or anything else so readily that it's too harmful to try to, reuse even once. And then some things, they just can't be reused if, like, say, a like a bottle of creamer, if that plastic wrap is on it, if I don't take that plastic wrap off before I put it in my recycling bin, then it just gets thrown in the garbage. Like they don't take the time to like process most things. So that's another thing that, like, that sucked to find out. Um, which you would think they would educate people more, because some people would take the time to do that if they knew they needed to. Um, but yeah, if you look on like bottles, like a lot of bottles now, like water bottles or Coke bottles or juice bottles, now it'll even say like you have to remove the wrapper and the lid in order for this to be recycled. And It used to not say say those things. Yeah, and a lot of our gardening products, like I don't know if this has a number on it or not, but a lot of our gardening products, um, I've noticed a lot of them are in safer plastics. Um, like you said, food grade, Betsy. So, yeah, but it's like, it was just amazing to see some of the things that our food came in that sometimes the food doesn't touch it. Sometimes it's like the outside container and then it's in a bag, but then sometimes even the bag is a bad plastic. But still, it's just like you would think they would just not use that. Brandy is here. She said, "How much have I missed?" Not much. We've just been talking about different things. Like, I went on a rant about some of the really bad plastics that things are made out of that, you know, put that we buy drinks and food in. And yeah, um, but yeah, I mean, there's no harm. Like, I won't say there's no harm, but uh, like if that's something that doesn't affect you, then like, I'm not trying to like say anything negative to anyone that does reuse any and all plastics. But I was just saying, like, I have to watch it because I think that's something that's affecting me. Because, like, I think I said in the last video, I keep a journal of like my energy, my mood, my like how healthy I'm eating that day and stuff like that. And I worked at my job. I worked there for 11 years before I got in my accident, and then I stayed gone a couple years because my back was messed up and I was going to the chiropractor and stuff. And then whenever it got better, after like COVID, they started allowing part-time positions, and I went back part-time. And then they didn't allow part-time anymore, so I got let go basically. And then this last time I went back, they I went back full time. Just the plan is just very temporarily until we get some like unplanned things paid off, like some things we weren't planning on coming at us that like we just need to pay those things off, and then we will be fine again on my husband's income. And then the flower and vegetable farm will just be extra money, or until I'm making more with those two things, then I can leave. Anyways, long story short, I've worked there a total of 3 times, and every time that I left, um, I noticed in my journaling that my energy went back up. I stopped losing as much hair, and I noticed all these things that until recently I thought was, because of my thyroid. And then I'm like, wait a minute. And all of the issues that I have with like my hormonal things, it started about a year after working there the first time. And I started working there when I was 18. So whenever I was like 19, I thought like, oh, I'm, becoming an adult. And like now all these issues are coming on. They just, when I was a kid, like I was fine, but now that I'm an adult, like now is when I'm seeing these issues because a lot of them are female issues. Um, but I think that wasn't the case, and it was the chemicals that I was around. And I was sick. Miss Betsy Lou said, "Who was sick?" I was sick the last few days. I don't know if you can tell in my voice. Oh, yeah, see, I hope, Brandy said, I hope you and your baby are feeling better. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell in my voice, but I lost my voice a little bit, and then my throat's just been like super, super sore, which it still is, but I'm feeling a lot better. Gotta pop my neck. My neck is killing me right now. I'm trying not to move my neck too much because the more I like move it around, the more it hurts really bad. Um, but anyways, I think, long story short, I think it's the chemicals that I'm around there. So like I've been trying to use like as many precautions as I can. But when you're around like melting plastic, all day and having to touch it and package it. Like there's only so much you can do. Um, so yeah. Yeah, insulin resistance. Yeah, I'm on metformin for that, and I was able to get off of that this last time that, or the first time that when I got in my accident, like everything was coming back good, and my doctor actually took me off the metformin. And then whenever I went back the first time, one of my labs showed, I don't know exactly, like I know it's stuff to do with blood sugar and stuff, but I don't know the names of all the tests. But he was like, I think you should go back on it. So I don't know. It seems like a big coincidence to me. But I uh, Rochelle said my neck is sore too. Dexter is not helping laying on it. Get better fast. Give as a public mailing address so we can send get well gifts. No, you don't have to do that. I appreciate it. If you really want to, I will message you my address. But um, Miss Betsy Lou says I'm on metformin too and have hypothyroidism. And then Rochelle said, it's a natural alternative to metformin. Oh, berberine, bear, berberine. No, I've not heard of that. I'll look into it though. But yeah, my son, he is totally 100%. And then I just still have a really sore throat, but I'm not congested or anything like that. But I still just have like no energy and I'm really tired. Like right now, um, before I started the live, I told my husband to go ahead and just um, pick up something on his way home because I did not feel like making dinner tonight after getting off my live. Dee's Garden said, sorry, I'm eating dinner. She won't share your address either. Oh, Miss Betsy Lou won't share your address. Oh, okay. Miss Betsy Lou said, Dexter, get off Brampton's back. um, let me take another drink of this. I've got some alliums here that I got like over a week ago that I haven't planted, and I really need to get them planted. And that's if they're even still good. You should really plant them right away. But I mean, after just a week, they're probably still fine. But they're really, really small drumstick allium bulbs. I think I got like 60 drumstick alliums, and then I just got a pack of 20 of the blue of the heavens to try because I'm wanting to get more blue flowers for next year, especially in early spring, to go with like my pink ranunculus and like other pink spring flowers. Because I really love, especially in early spring, doing like a baby pink and like a light blue. And it's hard to find blue flowers. And the blue of the heavens, it says that it's kind of short. So I just got 20 to see if they're going to be tall enough for bouquets. And um, and I've just been sick and I've not done it. And I hate for anything to go to waste. So I've really got to just suck it up and get out there and plant them tomorrow after work. So I may have to skip tomorrow's live because I have like just enough time after I pick my son up. I have to go really far away to drop him off and then go to work. Like I have to go really far south and then come really far back up north. And then whenever I pick them up, do the same thing. So whenever I get off work, by the time I go so far south to get him and then up north again to go home, and then by the time I do my live and like get something ready to eat for dinner, like I have no time left. So I may have to skip tomorrow's. And Rochelle says, as long as you can dig it, you can plant it. Yeah. And we're not having like really super cold temperatures, but we have been having some days where it's gotten down to like 28. But as long as it doesn't stay there for a really long time and freeze, then yeah, anything that's gets planted in the fall, peonies, tulips, daffodils, things like that. Um, yeah, you can plant them as long as you can dig a hole. And then Brandy said you have an appointment Tuesday because your levels are off the charts again for some reason. Yeah, it really sucks when you have like a health issue going on, especially me where I live. Like it's so hard to find a doctor to like take you seriously. Like I have an issue. Like right now, my legs are numb. Like I have something going on with my legs where and my arms where I have like no circulation, and um, I'm thinking it may be inflammation due to like my diet because like some days it's good, some days it's not. And I've complained about it for like years and they're just always like, I don't know, your labs look good. Um, and that's it. And yeah, it's like pulling teeth to try to get them to like do further testing to figure it out. Um, and it's like, I feel like with how healthy I eat, like I shouldn't have enough inflammation to where my body feels the way it does. But like especially when I wake up in the morning, like my hands and legs are so numb and like swollen feeling, and then like just sitting in this chair, like my legs and feet just go numb super quick. Or like if I cross my leg over a little bit like this while I'm sitting in the chair, I have to move it after just like 30 seconds. And I don't know, it's just like I have no circulation. Um, and yeah, I don't know what's causing it. Miss Betsy Lou said she's gonna go get her box of seeds and packing for everyone while you watch the live. Rochelle, you said you'd say screw them and go to a naturopath or traditional Chinese medicine doctor. I haven't been able to find one around here. Maybe I'm not looking hard enough, but I've searched. Sorry, I've got something in my eye. I've searched for both of those, especially whenever I was going through fertility treatments to try to have our son. I was trying everything and I couldn't find any um, either of those. Like even for like I have a lot of like dental like work, like fillings and stuff, and some of them are the silver ones. And I heard that they could leak like I think it's mercury is what it can leak, and that can cause your hormones to be all out of whack and stuff. And so I've been trying to find like a doctor and a dentist that doesn't practice like traditional medicine, and I've not been able to find one around here. Maybe I could try just finding one online. Since the whole COVID thing, I know a lot of doctors are doing things online. I didn't think about that. Maybe I'll look into that. Yeah, whenever I was like 7, I got a bunch of. Oh, my husband's calling. He's probably here with dinner. So let's get this video done really quick. Because he's probably here and he doesn't want to interrupt. So let me think of what I'm going to do for the questions. Let me go ahead and say the word first of all. The word for tonight, if you're watching the replay, is going to be do, 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 do. What should I do? Let's do microgreens for the word. So email me microgreens to, I'll put the email in the comments, but it's creativelycandacee@gmail.com. And then, and make sure, to those of you watching, make sure you post some questions. I'm going to change, since we didn't do the Q&A for this one, I'm going to change the thumbnail and everything to, okay, give me 1 second. I just seen what my husband texted me. Okay, hopefully he doesn't keep calling. He should know that I'm doing a live. But what was I saying? Oh, make sure you leave a question. I'm going to schedule another live for probably next weekend, because I am going to have to skip a couple days this week for appointments. But I do want to keep doing videos to finish the 12 days. So look for the one that has the same thumbnail, the Q&A time thumbnail, and leave me some gardening questions. Oh, no, wait, never mind. Don't go to that video. Go to that post in the community tab. Never mind. Because if you go to the live chat thing, it erases your question every 24 hours. So go to that post that says Q&A and put some in the comments. It can be about vegetable gardening, cut flowers, seed starting. It can be about me, just whatever you want to know. And then I'm going to choose 3 random people's questions for the winner of the seeds for that night. And then when I go live, I'll answer the questions. Miss Betsy Lou said, let's remember we're not all women here. I know that some of the people that are going to be watching the replay aren't women, but I'm pretty sure everyone that's here in the live are, aren't we? And Rochelle says, oh, I'll talk about my female or period issues with anyone. It's a health matter, nothing to be ashamed of. I agree. I think it shouldn't be as like taboo as, you know, people make it seem. Yeah, I agree. I feel like a lot of those things should be understood about women from men, and we should understand issues that they have. Miss Betsy Lou said, we'll answer the phone for you. I wish I could answer it without cutting off the live, because I seen his message. He was wanting me to put something up that's supposed to be a Christmas present for our son, so that when he got here, he didn't see it. All right, so we see it on commercials all the time. Nope, I'm tired of being hush hush. I'll openly talk about miscarriages too. I'm sorry if anyone has had a miscarriage. I have had fertility issues, but I haven't suffered a miscarriage, and I could not imagine. Like, I'm friends with a lot of women in groups, fertility groups, and I could not imagine finally getting pregnant and then having a miscarriage, what that would feel like. Or even if you already have children, that still doesn't like make it any like less painful that you lost a baby. GTJR. GT is a guy, but I'm not sure if he's still here. I haven't seen him comment anything in a while. Yeah, I forgot about him. All right. Oh, Miss Betsy Lou, I think you're wondering if that's maybe why he left. Well, hopefully not. I don't feel like I said anything too TMI. Um, and hopefully just the word period doesn't make any man feel awkward. But if it does, sorry. But that's, like Rochelle said, that's just a normal thing. But I'm trying to think of what to do for tonight's trivia questions because I know my husband and my son's going to be here soon, and it's time for us to eat dinner and then get laying down because I have to be up at 4 in the morning. So bear with me just 1 second so I can think of a question. Miss Betsy Lou said, anybody want me to list my seeds, and you all can say if you want what. Yeah, go ahead, Betsy. There might be something I want. Even though I have lots of seeds, there's still things on my wish list. And then let's see. I'm trying to think if I should do my mind goes to cut flowers, but I know a lot of you all are, I know a lot of you all are like vegetable gardeners. So I'm trying to think of some vegetable gardening trivia questions. Let me know, do you all seed start inside? Like, do y'all use grow lights? Do you know anything about grow lights? Brandy says yes. I know what I can do. Okay, still answer for those of you that haven't answered if you do seed starting inside under grow lights. But the first question, let's do you know, and look, I'm trying to ask, is it the Latin name? I don't go by the other name. Like, you know how you either say Snapdragon or you can say isn't it the Latin name? Now I feel like an idiot. Brandy says I don't know Latin names. Okay, well, let's see if anyone knows the Latin name of sunflowers. I've got my GeoSeed catalog here, and they put a lot of things under the Latin name. Sunflower row. That sounds Spanish. Joe, I didn't even know you were in here. When did you get here? I was talking about you earlier. You're just going to try to sneak in here like no one's going to notice? Hello. And yes, you're correct. Healy ain't this. All right, what's today? Day 8? I got to get my other notes over there. I'm just going to leave that part blank, but I think today's day 8. Or it might be 7. You didn't know I was live. I know. I had to skip a few days because I was sick. All right, so Joe got number 1. And Joe, what's your Instagram name? I was trying to think of what your Instagram name was earlier. I was talking about how you always tag me in giveaways, and I was talking about how I won this oh shoot, I didn't realize that had my address on it. I may have to make this video private after this because I did not realize that. But I lost my train of thought. Oh, I was saying you tagged me in the giveaway, and I ended up winning it. And I was talking about how you're the queen of tagging. Love grows gardens. That's what threw me off because I was thinking it was Joe something, and I was thinking Joe loves something. Okay. Yeah, I did start doing a couple of them at 7 because, yeah, but I don't know. If everyone says that 7 works better, then I'll do that, but I know I did that. I said I was going to do the next day at 7, that one night, but I usually do it at 6. I've just got so much going on right now. I'm just all over the place. All right. Apparently there's a way to edit a live, but don't ask me. So I know that the way some people do it is they will film it, like they'll put another camera or phone right next to the one that they're filming live on. So they'll record it with another phone. So they're talking to the people live, looking at the comments, but then they'll like not use that actual video to upload. I know some people do it that way. And then like after the live, it'll say like processing, and then you can upload it. Instead of uploading that one, they'll take the other one and edit it and then upload that. There may be another way. I don't know. I know Rochelle, she uses StreamYard. Is there a way to edit it on StreamYard, Rochelle? I haven't seen her comment here. I haven't seen her comment for a second, so I don't know if she's still here. She may have had to go run and do something. Yeah, you can overlay something on your address, like if you're able to edit it before you post. You can like make it blurry and things like that. Excuse me. There I go burping again. But I don't know how to do that. Like whenever you go live, like that's the one reason I didn't go live for like so long, because I was so scared. Like with my anxiety, I always I'm trying to think of what I'm going to say way before I say it. And then I like get messed up on what I'm currently saying. So I didn't go live for a really long time because of that. And the fact that I couldn't edit it. I didn't know you could choose whether or not to upload it though. So like if you have a live and it's like an utter failure, you can just not upload it or make it private. All right, so let's do another one. So a lot of you may not know this, but I'm gonna ask because this is one of my favorite flowers. What's the Latin name for Lysianthus? You probably have time to Google it. Oh, I know which one I want to do. Okay, Dee's Garden Adventures. Diana, you got the second one. Brandy also got it. Eustoma. But Dee's Garden Adventures, you got the second packet. So Joe and Diana so far. Did I say Deanna again? I'm sorry if I did. And then for the last one, let's do what is the Latin name for yarrow? A lot of people grow yarrow in their native gardens and like pollinator patches, so maybe you all know this one. If not, whoever Googles it the quickest gets the pack of seeds. And make sure if you're watching the replay again that you can still enter to win the grand prize of more seeds, ranunculus and anemones, and uh, plant tags and garden markers. You just have to watch all the replays or all the lives or a mixture of both, and then you can be eligible for the grand prize. Dee's Garden Adventures. You got the last one also. Achillea or Achillea. Okay, I just heard my husband, so I'm going to cut this off really quick. So I don't know if I'm going to have to skip tomorrow or not, so just check back here tomorrow and look if there's a scheduled live, then that means I should be here at either 6 or 7. It may have to be 7 tomorrow, I'm not sure. But yeah, so that's our 3 winners, so congrats to you guys, and I will see you tomorrow, if not tomorrow, the next day. Yeah, that's yarrow. But thank you guys, and I'm going to go before they come in here because they're going to be really loud probably. Thanks, everybody.